as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They pitch it out to Johnson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down, Murray. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact by sliding. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
They go play action here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there of 22.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where neither big tight end is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Larry Fitzgerald, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And an alley to run. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Tavon Austin with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Arizona. 42 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Here's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Leopard! Leopard!
Here we go with Johnson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, 4 down. 21
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
I got you.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. And give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wait. Go ahead.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis with his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Off play action. Murray rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 1st and 10, Murray. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
Murray now. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kevin White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Go ahead.
Here's Coleman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Garoppolo being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So line of scrimmage still a 39 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Austin's got it left side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Escaping the pressure right. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. Touchdown, 49ers! Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Off the play fake, Murray. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Murray on the crossing route, complete. That's White. A very solid gain of 27.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 2nd down, Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back here right after this.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney!
On 3rd down, Murray. He may try and run for this. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. In for the score. And the Cardinals have broken the tie.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime, and to this point, this has been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to have to regroup a little bit, including the two of us. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half, the same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them down?
Yeah, both defenses back on their heels. Coleman spinning away, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
This is Coleman, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Coleman now. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Throw left side, complete. It's Austin. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tavon Austin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Look at the spin. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So out now come the Cardinals. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Throwing on first down. Murray. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, Murray. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. He'll get 7 yards there on the keeper, but still 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Andy Lee now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here's Austin. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
One, Omaha. Check three. Hey, gun. Let's go. Big Sears right here. You gotta step it up.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
White.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7 as they got close?
And he's into the clear. The 40, the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. As his guys are in for 6, and the Cardinals are in for 6. There's been a back and they get to the football. It's blocked. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And down he'll go at the 25. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them in contract time.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
On first down, Murray steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off play action, Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Murray flushed out right. Caught right side, Gresham. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. On 1st and 10, Murray. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Operating from the gun. Murray escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Julio Jones, the lone receiver left. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Garoppolo now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, They can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Off the play fake. Murray. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Busting free at the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at him. We've got him now.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D. Ford. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Cardinals on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Murray. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 51 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw is Garoppolo. Drops it off for Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And the 49ers going to take another timeout, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
All right, now, look at 56.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quan Alexander leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off play action. Murray. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. Boy, people are really happy about those picks. Any fantasy team that has this defense.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And some room to maneuver. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cardinals, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.